Do you have faith in God? What is God? I don't know what that is. Because it depends on what you say God is. Because what I look at is God. And if I were to answer that question based on the way I view it, we might get misunderstood and things be misinterpreted. So I don't know what you mean. I'll answer the question if you tell me what you mean. I know what she probably thought she meant, but I'm the truth. I can't answer her question based off of what she's talking about. I got to answer what's true to me. So that's why I said that. So do I have faith? I'm pretty aware of the things that just are. Like when I get to the red light, I got to stop. When the sun comes up and it's 6 a.m., it's time for me to get up. Like I know the awareness of the routine and the pattern. But when it comes to faith in something else, because in order to have faith of anything, that means you don't know and you don't even believe it yet. In order for you to even believe something, you first got to have faith in it. I don't necessarily want to have faith in something unless it's something brand new that I have to create myself. So when it comes to faith, yeah, I got faith in God then. See, I had to go down the line of reason for myself. Yeah, I got faith in God because what I deem as God is what is all possible and the things that has not even happened yet, the nothing. And me being able to create what I want. So hell yeah, I got faith in God from that perspective. But that was like a multifaceted question for me. Because what you look at as God, it's not even something. I don't even know what that is. What people be looking at as God, I don't got faith in. Because I don't know what you're talking about. There's so many of y'all gods. I don't know. Hell no. And I can answer that because I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't got faith in that God. The fuck is you talking about? You got to explain what you're saying. And that's the time that we're in as far as the collective. The collective is coming to these types of common sense blockages. Because I can't even answer the question because first it don't make common sense. So those are the blockages that these people are coming to, whether it's through people, conversations, situations that make them look at their own self like, damn, that was dumb as fuck. Like God straight up showing you and telling you through your actual reality and what you're observing that yeah, you need to think twice about whatever you thought prior. It's better to be in awareness of so that you can have more information on what you're dealing with as far as your actual life is concerned. You create what you want, so you're your own God. No, I ain't say I was my own God because what is God? Like a bird don't know that word, so why we gotta even say that? Because the word God got too much baggage on it for me to concur with you on that. So when they say God, no, I ain't saying I'm God. Because first of all, if I were to relate the word God to what I know, God is all things and nothing at the same time. I'm not that. That's what I look at as God. All possibilities and nothing at all. I can't be that. So now I'm not God, but I am the Lord of my environment and my reality. I kind of have more domain on what happens in my life than you do or anybody else. Or I can choose not to, and I can let somebody else control it. So in that perspective, I mean, I don't want to say that perspective because that word God, period, I don't want to use that right now. Because I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about what you're talking about. You're playing in the kingdom of darkness. You don't know this. No, you don't know, Randy. If you're going to fall into the pit of hell, and that's what I was just talking about. You knowing that you're missing the point, but not being able to catch it based off of you living backwards for not just all your life, but from eons to eons in your last incarnation, reincarnation. You had that mentality, and now you created a blockage so thick, you can't even see the common sense in what I'm saying. You should be able to see common sense in anything. You should be able to look at a tree and look at it and actually see, oh, it makes sense how this tree is growing and how that color changes. Fuck, my bad. Yeah, you should be able to look at anything and see the common sense of it. It don't matter if I was listening to a madman drunk as hell talking. It don't matter. You should be able to see some type of common sense in it. And if you can't, then that means you're paying attention to shit that don't matter too much and you can't even see what's important in life at any given moment like you should be able to. Because we're humans at this point. We're no longer animals like that. Some of y'all are. But some humans are trying to transform into something that's beyond just the animalistic parts of life. But it's shit about life that you can't see, but you still have control over, and it affects you regardless. So what happened to that? One can, quote, regurgitate thoughts of others, but can you see for yourself? Because what you're saying, Randy, it holds weight, but not from your perspective. I'm going to read it. Let me read it. Because the perspective you're looking at it from is only one-sided. I can look at it from a satanic Luciferian side. But if I can bring both of those things together, I can make it make sense, right? So let me see what you're talking about. The God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers. Right. Unbelievers, people who don't believe the obvious. You. How are you going to not believe in you? So you'd rather believe in somebody else. So based off of that, your eyes are blinded. This is how scriptures are misinterpreted. Based on you not being able to see the full circle of what could be being said at the moment. Because it could be talking about what you're talking about. If it was a person that was lost in a fairy tale, having this, being the one that said that shit. But it could also, the common sense of it, you got to make it make sense so that you can actually use it if you're going to hold it on such a pedestal of importance. You got to make these things, because really they're not even important. I'm reading what you're saying, and I could make it important. As you have made that morality system so important in your heart. But from my perspective, it's gibberish. I don't even, because it could mean anything to me at any moment. So let me read it though. So they cannot see the light of the gospel. Okay, what is light? That's information. That's the obvious truth. The gospel that you're talking about is the Bible. You can't even see the obvious light of what it's trying to tell you. Everything that you believe about it, that's the opposite of what it's trying to tell you. But y'all live backwards, just like the Bible said. So for the people that's having this warped perspective of what the Bible is saying, realize that it's talking about you. But it's speaking on the Pharisees and all them whatever. See, I came from the church. I was raised in the church off of default, being adopted. So that allowed me to, you know how the scriptures say that even the devil knows the word? You can call me what you want, but that's my inward understanding of knowing what the fuck they was trying to say as far as the preaching. For what we preach is not ourselves, but Jesus Christ is Lord. Do you know what Jesus represents? Jesus is supposed to be the example of what you can accomplish. You're supposed to look at Jesus or anybody else who's in their power. You can only be in your power if you know who you are and you're fully your unique individual self. You should be able to look at them as an example of what you can become, not for you to become that what they are. And for 2,000 years, people are steady trying to embody what Jesus wasn't even talking about. But anyway,